This is Groundhog News weather report. It's going to be sunny but cold. This is a report on sun, S-U-N, in the Bible. Luke 4:40, when the sun was setting, all they that had any sick with divers diseases brought them unto him, and he laid his hands on every one of them, and he healed them. Matthew 16. It was called The Demand for Miracles, lines 1 through 4. Some of the Pharisees and the Sadducees who came to Jesus wanted to trap him. So they asked him to perform a miracle for them to show that God approved of him. But Jesus answered, when the sun is setting, you say we're going to have fine weather because the sky is red. And early in the morning, you say it's going to rain because the sky is red and dark. You can predict the weather by looking at the sky, but you cannot interpret the signs concerning these times. How evil and godless are the people of this day. You ask me for a miracle. No. Fuck yourself. The only miracle you will be given is the miracle of Jonah. Okay, Jonah was eaten. Isaiah 13:9, behold, the day of the Lord cometh, both cruel and with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. For the stars of the heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. And I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Tabernacle for the sun, S-U-N, is in there. Psalms 19:4. Psalms 19:5 talks about when a bridegroom cometh out of his chamber and rejoices as a strong man to run a race. I don't know why that's right there, sorry. Psalms 19:6. Oh, he goes forth from the end of the heaven and his circuit unto the ends of it, and there is nothing hid from the heat thereof. Isaiah 38:8 talks about the sun moving backwards. Behold, I bring again the shadow of degrees, which is gone down in the sundial of Ahaz, 10 degrees backwards. So the sun returned 10 degrees, by which degrees it was gone down. Psalms 84:11, the Lord God is a sun, S-U-N, and shield. The Lord will give grace and glory, no good thing will he withhold from them that walk uprightly. Luke 23:24 and 25, it was, this was during the crucifixion, it was during the 6th hour, I think, and there was darkness all over the earth until the 9th hour. So the sun stopped shining, and the curtain of the temple was torn in two. The New Living Translation of that says the light from the sun was gone. Sun stopped shining, the light from the sun was gone, and suddenly the curtain in the sanctuary of the temple was torn down in the middle. Veil of the sanctuary torn down in the middle. Psalms 113:3, from the rising to the setting of the sun, the name of the Lord is to be praised. Isaiah 45, so that all may know from the rising of the sun to the place of its setting that there is none but me. I am the Lord, there is no other. The phrase going down of the sun is in there 6 times. Exodus 17, Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone, put it under him, and he sat thereon, and Aaron and Hur, H-U-R, stayed up his hands, the one on the one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady until the going down of the sun. Deuteronomy 16:6, at the place which the Lord thy God shall choose to place his name in, there shalt thou sacrifice the Passover at even, at the going down of the sun, at the season that thou camest forth out of Egypt. Joshua 1:4, from the wilderness and this Lebanon, even unto the great river, the river Euphrates, and all the land of the Hittites, and unto the great sea, towards the going down of the sun shall be your coast. Joshua 10:27, came to pass at the time of the going down of the sun that Joshua commanded that they took them down off the trees and cast them into the cave wherein they had been hid, and they laid great stones in the cave's mouth, which remain to this very day. 1 Kings 22:36, there went a proclamation throughout the host about the going down of the sun, saying, every man to his city, every man to his own country. Daniel 6:14, when the king heard the words, he was sore displeased with himself and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him, and he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him. Sun shall be turned into darkness, Acts 2:20. Amos 8:9, I will make the sun go down at noon, darken the earth in broad daylight. The rising sun will be darkened, Isaiah 13:9. The moon will not give its light. Rising of the sun is in there 9 times. Numbers 2:3, on the east side toward the rising of the sun shall the standard of the camp of Judah pitch throughout their armies, and Nahshon, the son of Amminadab, shall be captain of the children of Judah. Joshua 2:12:1, these are the kings of the land which the children of Israel smote and possessed their land on the other side of the Jordan towards the rising of the sun, from the river Arnon and to Mount Hermon and all the plain on the east. You want to read the whole story, Joshua 12. Psalms 50, the mighty God, even the Lord, has spoken and called the earth from the rising of the sun until the going down thereof. Psalm 113:3, from the rising of the sun until the going down of the same, the Lord's name is to be praised. Isaiah 41:25, I have raised up one from the north, and he shall come from the rising of the sun, shall he call upon my name, and he shall come upon princes as upon mortar, as the potter treadeth clay. Isaiah 46, that they may know from the rising of the sun from the west that there is none besides me. I am the Lord, there is no one else. None else. Isaiah 59:19, so shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. Malachi 1:11, from the rising of the sun even unto the going down of the same, my name shall be great among the Gentiles, and in every place incense shall be offered unto my name, and a pure offering for my name shall be great among the heathen, saith the Lord. And very early in the morning on the first day of the week, they came to the sepulchre at the rising of the sun, Mark 16:2. Luke 23, 44. It was 12 o'clock noon when the sun stopped shining. This was during the death of Jesus. Darkness covered the whole country until 3 o'clock, and the curtain hanging in the temple was torn in two. Jesus cried out with a loud voice, "Father, in your hands I place my spirit." And he said this, and he died. The army officer saw what happened, and he praised God, saying, "Certainly he was a good man." When the people who had gathered there to watch the spectacle saw what happened, they all went back home, beating their breasts in sorrow. And all those who knew Jesus personally, including the women who had followed him from Galilee, stood at a distance to watch. And the last reading is ECC 1, the words of the teacher, the son of David, king in Jerusalem. "Meaningless, meaningless," said the teacher, "utterly meaningless. Everything is meaningless. What does a man gain from all his labor at which he toils under the sun? Generations come and generations go, but the earth remains forever. The sun rises, the sun sets, and hurries back to where it rises. The wind blows to the south and turns to the north. Round and round it goes, ever returning on its course. All streams flow into the sea, yet the sea is never full. To the place the streams come from, there they return again. All things are wearisome, more than one can say. The eye never has enough of seeing, nor the ear its fill of hearing. What has been will be again. What has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun."